You're never going to believe what happened to me. My name is Penny. I'm 27. And if you had told me a few years ago that my own parents would sell my dream car behind my back, I would have laughed. But it happened. And the worst part? They had no idea I already owned it legally. They thought they were helping my sister, but instead they walked right into the biggest surprise of their lives, and mine. Before I go any further, I want you to pause for a second and comment below. Have your family ever crossed a line that felt impossible to come back from? Go ahead. I'll wait. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't just a story about a car. It's about betrayal, revenge, and lessons that I'll never forget. I've loved cars for as long as I can remember. When I was 7, I would spend hours drawing sports cars in my notebook, imagining the roar of engines, the smell of leather, the thrill of driving something that felt alive. My friends were collecting dolls or video games, but I was obsessed with horsepower, curves, and chrome. Every Saturday morning, I would sneak down to the garage to watch tutorials, read car magazines, and dream about owning my very own Ferrari. People thought it was a phase, but I knew deep down it wasn't. My parents, on the other hand, never really understood me. "Why don't you pick something normal, Penny?" my mom would sigh. "Why cars? Why can't it be ballet, cooking, or something less dangerous?" My dad would just shake his head, disappointed but not outright mean. Meanwhile, my sister Lila, 4 years younger than me, seemed to get whatever she wanted. Designer clothes, extravagant parties, fancy gadgets. Everything came easy to her. I knew she didn't deserve favoritism, but it stung. A lot. Fast forward a few years. I moved out, got my first real job, and worked insanely hard. I saved every extra penny, often skipping nights out, buying coffee from home, eating instant noodles just to afford something that mattered to me. That thing. My dream car. After years of hunting online forums, auctions, and private sales, I found it. A 2017 Ferrari 488 Spider, midnight blue, with a V8 engine that purred like a predator. It wasn't just a car, it was a symbol of my independence, my hard work, my victories despite years of feeling overlooked. And the day I signed the papers, the day I made it officially mine, I cried. Not just because I got the car, but because I had finally proved to myself that I could do anything. Life was perfect, or at least I thought. My boyfriend, Alex, understood me better than anyone. While my parents rolled their eyes at my obsession, Alex would spend hours talking about engine specs, torque, or even just listening as I rambled about dream car maintenance schedules. To him, it wasn't materialistic, it was passion. And for the next few months, I was careful with my Ferrari, driving only on weekends, keeping it garaged, making sure it stayed pristine. Then came the call. It was my mom, cheerful as ever. "Penny, your sister is feeling really down lately. Work's been stressful. I think she needs a break, maybe a trip, something to cheer her up." I smiled politely, thinking she was just venting. But I should have known better. That break would become a nightmare I never saw coming. 2 weeks later, Alex called me from my own garage. "Hey, where's the Ferrari?" My stomach dropped. I froze. "What do you mean? It's in the garage, exactly where I left it." "Penny, it's gone. Someone drove it off." I hung up and raced home. As I pulled into the driveway, my parents were standing there looking smug. My heart sank. "Penny," Mom said, like nothing had happened. "You won't believe the surprise we have for you." I felt my blood boil. "Where is my car?" I asked slowly. "Oh, don't worry, sweetheart," Dad said, smiling nervously. "It's just, Lila needed something. You know how tough things have been for her at work." My mind was spinning. "You sold it? You sold my Ferrari?" Mom tilted her head. "Well, she's been talking about this dream trip for months, and thanks to your Ferrari, she's finally able to go. Isn't that wonderful?" "Wonderful? Wonderful?" I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My car, my legal property, sold like it was nothing, without even a word to me. My parents were grinning like they'd done a good deed, and I felt like the floor had opened under me. I stepped back, trying to calm myself. Deep breath, think. Then a small smile crept across my face, because I wasn't just shocked. I was ready. I had a plan. You see, my parents made a huge mistake. They assumed they had power over my car. They assumed they could sell it, but they didn't know I had already legally bought it under my name, with full title and registration. That car wasn't theirs, and the moment they tried to use it for Lila, I knew I could turn this around in a way they'd never expect. I told Alex to meet me at my house immediately. He arrived 15 minutes later, and I explained the situation. "Okay," he said calmly, like he always did. "First thing, you need proof. Legal proof that it's yours. Second thing, we need to make sure Lila doesn't benefit from this mistake. Third, we need to make them realize there are consequences." I grabbed my title documents, my purchase receipt, and even screenshots from the auction and bank transfer showing every penny I'd spent. I walked inside, smiling at my parents, who were oblivious to what was about to hit them. "Penny," Mom said cautiously, "we thought we were helping Lila." "Helping her?" I interrupted, my voice calm but sharp. "You sold my property without my consent. Legally, that's theft. You've committed fraud, forged documents. Do you understand what that means?" Dad's face went pale. "It was for her. We didn't think it mattered." "It mattered," I said. "It matters a lot. And here's the proof. This car belongs to me, not Lila, not you, me. Every document, every signature, every cent paid. It's mine. So, congratulations. You've just committed a crime." Mom gasped. Dad stammered. Lila, who had been sitting quietly scrolling on her phone, suddenly looked up, confused. "Wait, what do you mean? The car, I thought—" "You thought wrong," I said with a grin. "Your Mediterranean cruise isn't funded by my car. Not legally, anyway." For the next hour, I calmly walked my parents through every single document, showing them how they had no authority to sell my property. I even called the buyer, yes, the person who had supposedly purchased the car, to inform them that the sale was invalid. Their shock mirrored mine when they realized they had been lied to, not by me, but by the very people they trusted. And here's the twist, because I wanted revenge, not just justice. Alex and I had prepared a little surprise. While my parents thought the car was with Lila, Alex had secretly moved it to a secure location days before the sale, making it impossible for them to actually deliver it. The car was safe, completely untouched. The look on their faces when they realized they had tried to sell something that wasn't even accessible? Priceless. I let them stew for a bit, letting the realization sink in. Every defense, every excuse, every plea for forgiveness, they hit a wall. I calmly told them, "If you ever touch my property again without consent, there will be consequences. Legally, morally. You've seen how far I can go, and I promise you I will go further if I have to." Lila, of course, had a meltdown. She didn't get to take her vacation, didn't get the car, and suddenly understood that privileges don't come automatically. She learned, probably for the first time, that actions have consequences. But I didn't stop there. I knew that if I wanted real closure, I had to make a statement. I took photos of all the documents, the car in its secure garage, and even recorded a short video explaining what had happened. I shared it privately with the family lawyer, just in case anyone tried to manipulate the story later. And here's the thing. My parents weren't just shocked, they were terrified, because suddenly they realized that boundaries existed, rules mattered, and I wasn't someone to be ignored or dismissed. In the end, the Ferrari stayed with me. Lila learned the hard way that life doesn't hand you luxury for free, and my parents, well, they learned a lesson about respect, trust, and the consequences of underestimating their own child. And that's the thing I want you to take away from my story. Sometimes the people who should protect you, the ones you trust the most, might betray you, but that doesn't mean you're powerless. Knowledge, preparation, and a little strategic thinking can turn betrayal into a lesson for everyone involved. And revenge? Sometimes it's not about getting angry. It's about being smarter, being prepared, and letting people realize the consequences of their actions without you lifting a finger to harm them. So now, the Ferrari gleams in my garage, untouched, a reminder of hard work, strategy, and standing up for yourself. My relationship with my parents has changed forever, but I learned something crucial. Never underestimate yourself. Never let anyone treat your hard work as theirs to manipulate. And never forget that sometimes, the quietest, smartest revenge is the one where everyone realizes the truth too late. If you've ever had a family member cross a line like this, I want to hear your story in the comments. And if you love stories about betrayal, revenge, and taking control, make sure to subscribe. Because the next story I'm sharing is even wilder. And trust me, You won't see it coming.